Hello everyone, good day. So today I would like to present our project for this competition, that is HomeNet. My team members comprise of myself, Lelawati Binti Jamaludin, and also my two other team members, that is Nurul Salizawatee Binti Mahpar and Norina Binti Ahmad Jamil. So this is our poster which contains all the necessary information about our invention HomeNet. We will now proceed with some introductory video followed by a thorough explanations about HomeNet based on this poster. Okay, before we proceed further, let me just discuss a little bit on the background on how we come up with HomeNet. This is based on the issue of internet connectivity. This issue is focusing on the people living in the rural areas, particularly students that live in Tanjung Sabah. This is the area that have limited coverage of poor internet connectivity for community to connect with each other and also with the outside world. Now, let's look at the current cause and problems to the issue. We found that 52% of students in the state do not have access to the internet. Holding online learning session during MCO is difficult because students who are at home are disconnected from the facility. Some students do not have access to the internet. With this, students are falling behind in their study and making them unable to adapt to the new normal during the pandemic, which is online study. So it shows that this issue is important because it could cause students to fall behind on their study. The issue of internet connectivity is also affecting the government's attempt to promote digital enterprises and government services. This is because all these micro enterprises and small and medium-sized enterprise cannot be on the e-commerce network and digitalizing their activities and e-shopping. Finally, the low number of telecommunication towers in Sabah. This also contributes to the internet connection problems. There are only 516 towers in Sabah. As we know, each tower would just contain up to 2,000 subscribers at once. Based on these numbers, just up to 100,000 plus subscribers in Sabah get to enjoy the privilege of internet, meanwhile others are in shadows. This is also due to the government works where they grant bandwidth to an operator, stating that the operator must have access to 95% of the country, not 95% of the geographical area, since rural areas comprises only around 5% of the populations. Operators have the flexibility not to serve these areas. It's their right and there's nothing we can do about it. This obviously shows that lacking numbers of telecommunications towers in Tanjung Sabah is the current cause to their low connectivity there. After looking at the issues and also the problem, these are the findings, the problem solving that we are proposing. First one is in terms of accessibility and reliability. We have to provide more bandwidth to increase the reliability. We have to engage with the government to increase the accessibility of internet to their customers, and also ISP should deliver the promised internet speed to the customer and ensure that their rights are protected. Secondly, in terms of speed, the product should be able to provide internet connectivity that is high enough for video streaming and not just basic connectivity. And then next one is the product should be able to provide low latency network so that more applications can be used to aid online learning process. To summarize, there are a lot of problems faced by community in rural areas where they encounter poor internet connectivity, which are accessibility or the reliability of the internet service provider, speed, and also coverage. Secondly, the hottest issue surrounding poor connectivity is the problems encountered by students who need to attend online learning, especially during COVID-19. Finally, they are not able to effectively conduct online learning to maintain education continuity, which eventually affected the development of SDG 4, that is, quality education. In addition, let's discuss on the patterns and insight where we will look at the problem and also the existing solutions available. First, for the issue of low numbers of telecommunication towers, the existing solution is giving learning resources such as textbook and workbook to the students. Secondly, the issue of 52% of students in the state do not have access to internet. The existing solutions is to introduce more organized and realistic approach to project-based learning. And finally, in terms of poor connectivity, how it is affecting the government's attempt to promote digital enterprises and government services. An existing solution for this problem is the delegated providers are expected to deploy 3G and 4G networks. Now, after discussing on all the issues and also existing solutions, we will now introduce our invention, that is HomeNet. Firstly, we will discuss on HomeNet product design. Okay, HomeNet product design. HomeNet can be placed on the top of every house in Tenom, and this would fix the problem that is faced by students where they had to use many applications to attend their classes, as this product design is able to provide low latency network which enable many applications to be used during online learning. Secondly, this design can be used on the tallest pole in that area that could fix issue 1 and 3 simultaneously, as they are able to give internet access even though they are highest and tallest building and trees there. Thirdly, the design also suitable for solving problems of whole community in Tenom Sabah, as the inventions of product design 2 can cover 40 kilometers internet coverage and the community don't have to travel far just to get the internet access. And finally, the HomeNet design would be able to provide internet access for video streaming and not just basic internet connectivity, as it can be placed much higher and provide a stable internet connection. This is the design concept for HomeNet. Okay, how to operate HomeNet. Firstly, to start, you have to install HomeNet devices on the pole, on top of the houses or on the street. Then, after that, the internet connectivity will be available and students can surf the internet without difficulties. Next, we move to HomeNet design objective. Our product, HomeNet, is planned to serve the rural community, especially in Sabah, where poor internet connectivity occurs. By implanting HomeNet, more people can be connected to the internet due to consistent coverage throughout the rural areas. Now, let me just explain what HomeNet is. HomeNet is a mini base station that provides 4G and LTE connectivity and designed to expand data coverage, capacity, speed and efficiency of cellular network. It involves the use of small cell network which consists of a series of small low-powered antennas. It can provide better, powerful coverage to the rural community where the antennas will communicate wirelessly over radio waves and send signals to phone system or internet. It can easily attach to existing utilities such as the roof of a house and also a street light. So that is basically the descriptions of HomeNet. So these are the features of HomeNet. Firstly, HomeNet covers small geographical area, lead to network densifications and provide better coverage. HomeNet also mountable for indoor and outdoor spaces. HomeNet is easily deployed and implemented because it is small. HomeNet also capable in handling massive amount of data at fast speed. And finally, product performance can be viewed online. It utilizes cloud-based management that allows immediate response to any problem. This is how HomeNet works. First, users need to install HomeNet devices on a pole on top of the house or on the street. Antennas will receive and transmit wireless signal to and from mobile device. And finally, the internet connectivity will be available for users to utilize. Moving on, this is what every customer or users of HomeNet should know. HomeNet is safe to equip on the top of roof or on the street light. HomeNet, if anything happened to HomeNet, it's easy to find replacement and easy to be fixed. HomeNet can withstand Malaysian weather like heat and also heavy rain. And also, finally, HomeNet is not expensive to develop, thus it have a low cost of production and buyer can get it at a cheaper price. So these are the 4 related sustainable development goals that HomeNet can contribute to. First one is sustainable development goals number 4, that is quality education. Okay, it also contributes to sustainable development number 8, that is decent work and economic growth. Number 9, in terms of industry, innovation and infrastructure. And finally, number 11, that is sustainable cities and communities. In terms of novelty, it can be considered that HomeNet inventions is a novel combination of existing technological capabilities based on the case study of people in Tenung Sabah. We calculated a relatively likelihood that HomeNet, a deviation from the empirical design of internet connectivity device, shows the overall novelty that the device will bring forth. HomeNet invention is considered as unconventional in enhancing the effectiveness of internet connectivity for people in lower areas, in raising standard of connectivity in the developing countries. That's all from us. Thank you.